This FGIQ method of mine is going to help you solve the problem of accuracy. I mean, you will be able to speak English grammatically correct all the times. Yes, believe, listen, and watch this video completely. Now, what does this FGIQ mean? This means find grammar in the question. For instance, my friend asked me, Shiv, when will you get married? My answer was, he said, when will you get married? I answered, I got married next year. Now, this is grammatically incorrect. My friend's question is in future tense, which is when will you get married? My answer should also be in future tense. I will get married next year. Here you can see in this question, future tense is used. And see the grammar, will and first form. When will you get, will and get. Will and first form is used. You must use will and first form in your answer. When will you come here? I will come here next year. I mean, listen to the question very carefully. And in this video today, I will be covering all the tenses. I mean, how you answer questions in all the tenses. Let's start with present simple tense. Now look at this example. Where does your brother live? In this question, present simple tense is used. Where does your brother live? The question is not where do your brother live? That's incorrect. Where does your brother live? Here we are using S or ES to the helping verb. Here you can see where does your brother live? In answer, you must add S or ES to the main verb. Where does your brother live? The answer should be my brother lives in Mumbai. The grammar is the main thing here. Where does your brother live? My brother lives. If the question is what do you do? Then you shouldn't say I does this. I do a job. Past tense. What did you do yesterday? Now in question, I'm using second form of the verb. In answer also, you must use second form of the verb. Question is, what did you do yesterday? In answer, I did a lot of work. I went to my office. I played with my friends. I cooked delicious food whatsoever. Question here. In the question, the grammar is used. See, second form of the verb. What did you do yesterday? Answer should be this way. Use second form of the main verb. The question is, when did you graduate? Now, what should be the answer? Should it be I graduate in 2019? Or I graduated in 2019. Of course, I graduated, second form of the verb, because I'm using second form of the verb in my question. When did you graduate? I graduated in 2019. So you need to listen to the question very carefully, analyze what grammar is being used in the question asked. Now, future tense, listen. When will you go for your next trip? Now, when will you go for your next trip? You need to listen very carefully, right? Listen to the question carefully. When will you go for your next trip? Your answer should also contain will and first form. I will go for my next trip next month. When will you start your business? I will start my business 6 months down the line. When will you cook my favorite food? I will cook your favorite food tomorrow. Listen to the question very carefully if you don't want to do the mistake in your answer. See the grammar that's being used. And at the end of this video, there will be a test. I will write a few questions and you need to answer those questions following the grammar used in the questions. Now have a look at all the continuous tenses, present continuous. What are you doing? I am reading a book. In question, ing form of the verb is used and it is present continuous tense. With I, we use am. We cannot say I are watching a movie. That's wrong. It should be I am watching a movie. Listen to the question very carefully when you talk to any person and then follow the grammar. It's so simple. Follow the grammar that they're using in their question. Past continuous tense. What was he doing around 8 p.m. yesterday? What was he doing around 8 p.m. yesterday? So was and doing. Was an ing form of the verb. So in answer, he was cooking. He was reading. He was studying. So what was he doing? Was ing form of the verb. And in answer also use ing form of the verb with was. Right? He was studying. What was he doing? He was studying. Future continuous tense. When will you be calling me? When will you be calling? Will be calling. In the question, will be calling. When will you be calling me? In answer, it should be, I will be calling you around 11 o'clock. When will you be traveling? When will you be traveling? Will be traveling. I will be traveling the next morning. See the grammar, follow the grammar. Listen to the question carefully if you want to answer the question correctly. Now coming to perfect tenses. Present perfect tense. Have you taken your lunch? Have you taken your lunch? Have and third form. Have and third form. Have you taken your lunch? Yes, I have taken my lunch. Follow the grammar. Have you taken? Have third form. Have third form. Have you taken your lunch? Yes, I have taken my lunch. No, I have not taken my lunch. Follow the grammar. Listen to the question very carefully. Past perfect tense. Had he finished his work before he went to sleep? Had he finished his work before he went to sleep? Had finished, right? Had he finished his work before he went to sleep? Yes, he had. He had, because in question, had he finished? This is being used. Had he finished? In answer, yes, he had finished his work before he went to sleep. Had your best friend got married before you? Had your best friend got married? Had got married, right? Had your best friend got married before you? Yes, he had got married before me. That's so simple. Follow the grammar that's being used in the question. Right. Whenever you talk to any person, whether it is a personal conversation or a professional conversation, you must be a very active listener. Listen to the question that's been asked. If you understand the question, follow that grammar. You will be less likely to do the mistake. Future perfect tense. When will you have reached there? When will you have reached? Will have reached. Will have reached. When will you have reached there? Well, I think I will have reached there by 2 p.m. When will you have reached there? I will have reached there by 2 p.m. So use the same grammar. Now present perfect continuous tense. This is one of my favorite tenses that I always like to discuss. Well, how long have you been working? Present perfect tense. How long have you been working? Have you been working? Have been working. In question, we are using have been working. How long have you been working? In answer, also use I have been working for last 5 years. How long have you been working? I have been working for last 5 years. How long has she been cooking? How long has she been cooking? She has been cooking for last 2 years. Follow the question means the grammar. Follow the grammar that's used in the question. Past perfect continuous tense. How long had you been waiting for me there? How long had you been waiting for me there? I had been waiting for you there for 10 minutes. So follow this, use the same grammar. Use the same grammar in the answer. Now, these were the basic things that I wanted to discuss. Even if somebody asks you a question in any other grammar topic, let's say somebody asks you in passive sentence like, when were you born? Now, when were you born? Were and born. In answer, also use the same grammar. I was, because with I, we don't use were. I was born in 1997. Whatever question it is, whatever grammar it is, you can easily answer that question correctly. If I ask you, what would you do if you were the Prime Minister of our country? What would you do if you were the Prime Minister of our country? If I were, see the question, if I were the Prime Minister of the country, I would work for the development of our country. So you cannot use I will, because see the grammar, would plus first form of the verb. If I were the Prime Minister of our country, I would work on development. So listen to the question very carefully. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions in English. You need to answer them correctly in the comments. So I hope you liked this video. If you want more such videos, just subscribe to this channel, like the video, and tell us how this video was. And we will meet you in another video. Thank you very much. Please answer in comments.